What's up, Internet? My name's Carl Shepard, and for what it's worth, I'm in on the 2019 Sober October Challenge. It's September 30th, and I've gone to extra special lengths to make sure that I had this in preparation of making my first little video. I'm going to do the Sober October Challenge. I'm not going to smoke any weed. I don't drink already. I gave that up a couple years ago. I've done mushrooms one time this year, and that's it. So it's basically just going to be a weed thing for me. But I've been smoking weed quite a bit, so it's been helping me with my stress relief mechanisms or whatever you want to call it. We'll see. I don't know. This will be a fun experiment because obviously I've got to fill this time with something. I've got a little ritual of sorts, and I'm just going to replace it. Just going to replace it and work on trying to get better at this. Got to practice, right? So, who knows what it'll turn into. It will at least turn into me speaking a little better and being able to look halfway decent at a camera, because I'm sure this is terrible. That's fine though. That's what it's supposed to be. Obviously I can't post this anyway because because of this. But it's authentic. One day it will be legal, and then it'll be what it should have always been, which is just another cool thing like coffee. You know, my hometown cops back in the day chased me around quite a bit for a dime bag of weed, and it's really not that big a deal. If this was out of the drug dealer's hands all that time, and they only had the really hard stuff to get people on, and they didn't have like a soft entry, probably would have been harder to get all those people in on it. I don't know. I don't care about all that. I'm glad it's happening now. I don't even condone it. It's not really that big a deal. It's something that should be reserved for rare occasions, or like cool conversations after dinner with a group of cool friends or something. I don't know. I think all of it's cool in moderation, right? I don't know. I've been kind of working it out on that whole veteran standpoint as a combat veteran myself. The legalization kind of is going towards veterans in a lot of ways, or I know they're kind of supporting it, and so I felt like that was a good thing, but I like to have an opinion backed by actual life experience. Combat vet? Check, check. Possible TBI and PTSD related symptoms. See my little slump eye? You can see it. You'll see it in the video. I'm doing a lot to try to cover it up. But, yeah, it's there a little bit. A little bit. Not too bad, though. Not really. For all the bomb blasts and stuff I was around, it's not really that bad. I should probably count my lucky fucking stars, right? Yeah, I probably shouldn't complain too much about that one. Well, but with that said, I'm testing the weed out as a measure of, you know, what am I doing? I'm developing a lifestyle. I'm developing a daily routine or a lifestyle where even an aggressive combat veteran with a sketchy past can exist in a civilized situation dealing with civilized people. Yeah. So what did I do? I came back from Iraq and I tried to go to college. I was like, oh, I can just go right from war to dealing with a bunch of college situations and just assimilate right back into society and I was going to be just fine. I just was kind of like not even seeing the transformation in my own personality, I guess, the way that everybody else could. Maybe. I don't know. But I had a lot of fun in college. I went there and just landed right in the middle of the party scene. I feel like that I was worried I was going to introvert, or like I had this like ability to introvert and just get like depressed, and so I drank and that allowed me to like be extroverted, and I thought maybe by being able to develop some kind of a big social network and have a lot of friends, that was proof that I was fine or that I had like achieved my goals or whatever. I'm not sure. I'm just trying to dissect what I was thinking back then. But it worked like this deep and then it didn't work, and it's a lot of fun and I learned a lot, but I just started like participating in more and more self-destructive behavior, that thrill-seeking behavior. And then that resulted in me finally getting in a car accident, totally by myself or whatever. Didn't hurt anything besides like a tree or two or four. Which was fine. It was good for me. I'm gonna say that for sure, because it was like the excuse that I needed or something. It was like, oh well, now I've got to deal with this. So in the back of my head, I knew I needed to like, you know, do something different. Like I was checking the boxes good enough to like still be existing. Like, oh, I'm kind of got this military status and this college status, and I'm working and got the GI Bill, and you know, it was fine, but like I said, like this deep or whatever, it was easy to see through. So the car accident basically set a chain of motion where all that imbalance kind of showed itself. And I couldn't maintain after that, so that just kind of crashed and burned for another, like, I don't know, a couple months at least, several months. And then, crazy enough, because there was a lot of other instability between the people I was living with as well, there was actually a firearm that got shot off in the house. This is not a joke. I was not even there. It was the middle of the day. Firearm shot off in the house. They were getting ready to go to the range, actually. It was guys, friends of mine from the military that I went to Iraq with, actually. That just had an accidental discharge, which got a resulted search of the house, and I was on probation at the time. So even though I wasn't there, and even though I didn't get any charges, I got a probation violation because guns, paraphernalia, in the house. And my name was on the lease. Yeah. Which I get it. I deserve that shit, right? I was participating to a certain degree. So probation violation actually lands me some time in jail. I sat on my ass, read some books, did some push-ups, yada yada yada. The judge allowed me to keep my coveted SIS status for my time served, which great. I'll take it. And then I got out, and it was like that perfect moment, and I was like, nope, I'm resetting. So my mom's house was for sale in my hometown. So I just stealth went back there and kept that place good while whatever, tried to keep it up a little bit while it was being sold, and got a little side job there, and then moved to Mexico, Missouri, where I didn't know anybody except for that was where my mom was living then. And fast forward 4 years, and I own a house. Fast forward 4 years, and I own a house. I own a building downtown Mexico, Missouri. I'm working a full-time job at Gold Crest Distribution, overtime every week. Every week. And 3 part-time jobs. IT guy for my stepdad's law firm, tax law firm. Manager of the country club, which I did like bartending and golf carts and like social stuff. And CrossFit coach. I did the 5 to 7:15 a.m. CrossFit class in Fulton every single morning for 2 years, 2.5, 2 years. 2 years. Yeah. Of the 5 that I lived in Mexico. I kind of worked up to it. And then during that moment at one point was when I met my wife. And everything changed. We ended up deciding just to completely move out of Mexico and move to Colombia, and that's where she works now. And I've been a stay-at-home dad. Well, no, so I got a job. I first got a job for another year in Colombia while we were transitioning at a place called Image Technologies. It's now Summoner Group, or Summoner One. Yeah, that's a really cool company. They did like copier, printers and copiers. We're like small network and computer IT maintenance people that specialized in copiers. It was cool. Went all over Colombia every day. Learned the town real well. And then I stepped down there and became a stay-at-home dad when she went back to work after having my first son, Leon. Now my second son, Felix, is born, and couldn't be happier. The weed helps with the happiness. I definitely can feel a lot of times like I'm there and I'm present, but I'm just kind of like, or I don't know. I'll try to dissect it better. I'll try to figure out how to articulate it better, as we go through this process. But, with the weed, then it's more like, haha, funny jokes. I can, lose more in the fighting with my son. Not fighting, but like wrestling and play fighting with swords and stuff. I can make more like jokes on his level and things. But now I've been doing it for so long with the marijuana that now I've got that structure in my head. I understand what to do. I mean, it's intuitive to me now. And so theoretically, I should just be able to abandon the weed and continue making progress as well on the personality stuff. And that's where this comes in, because I want to be able to rewatch this myself and dissect it and get better at speaking through this process of making these videos. And then maybe if it works, especially if it works, then I'll just share it. I don't know, we'll see. We'll get to that point when it happens, but that's the basis of it. Yeah, I like Tool, Perfect Circle, Pussifer. That's all the same guy. I like politics and religion and all that weird shit that nobody likes to talk about. I have a bunch of conspiracy theories memorized and shit. Like I know about them, but I believe in like none, or like 2 maybe. And even then, it's like good, whatever. Like to the victor goes the history or whatever. Like I'm not caught up on it, because hey, some people play in different leagues or whatever, and I respect that. I'm not. I don't know how much I'm really even interested in trying to like climb any kind of ladder like that, man. There's a lot that goes into that, you know. It's nice down here on the bottom floor. It really is. I'm not joking. Like, it's pretty nice. I might try to like prove that to some people. Like, why even go over there? Like, you know, the meek shall inherit the earth, yo. We can get into the definition of meek, but meek for me, I have to me, in my human situation here, I can't be meek unless I have the capability of doing harm and then intentionally choose to keep my sword sheathed or whatever, to not do it. And then by having that control, then I'm meek. You're not. It's a different kind of meek when you're just helpless. That's kind of, I think, what a lot of people, especially these days in America, when they think of meek, they think helpless or whatever, and then so therefore shy or whatever. But I think those people will be there too, and God bless those people. But the meek people that are bringing it home for the home team are the ones that are the ones that are violent or whatever, disciplined, and I don't even know really what to call it, but just willing to be real about where we are as a species. I don't know. Maybe all that kind of thought process is what I'm trying to digest or dissect or process in this time as well. I don't know. We'll see. I feel like my eyes are goofy. La la la. What do you guys think about my lighting? Wah, wah. Wah, 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 wah. Okay, well, that was 17 minutes and 50 seconds worth of rambling. I can't even tell if I'm looking at the right place, right? Can I? Blah. I start looking at myself a lot and then it gets off. Alright, I'm putting it up. Thank you.